Hi guys, and welcome to another book haul slash in my mailbox. I felt like I haven't recorded a book haul in a really long time. Possibly the end of November, beginning of December. I can't even remember. It feels like a very long time. So a lot of books have built up in the time that it's taken me to get around to do this. So yeah, as always, I'll start with the books that I've been very kindly sent for review. And the first one is actually the book I'm currently reading, and that's An Ounce of Hope by Sophie Jackson. This is sort of the sequel slash like the next one in the series of A Pound of Flesh, which I read last year and absolutely loved. It was one of my favourite books of last year. Really loved it. This one is good, but I'm not liking it quite as much. I think I prefer the story and the characters maybe of the first one, but I'm still really enjoying it. Definitely worth picking that one up. Then I was also sent for review, which was a nice surprise, Built by J. Crownover. Both of these now are actually already out. This one came out I think on the 5th of January, and this one's not out yet. This one's out on the 28th, but by the time that you see this, it will already be out. So yeah, and this is the first book in a new series by her. It's in The Saints of Denver. I really struggle to say that, I don't know why. Series, which actually is sort of a companion series, like it links in with her Marked Men series. The female protagonist in this is called Saya Cole, and she is Rowdy from the Marked Men series, his sister. So like it all links in together. It's not a completely new series, it is sort of connected. So looking forward to checking that one out because I really enjoy the Marked Men series. I only have to read the final book in the Marked Men series and then I'm done. Another book that was a complete surprise was Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys. This is her latest book, which comes out on the 4th of February. She is the author of Between Shades of Grey and Out of the Easy, neither of which I have read, but I have heard amazing things about. And this one sounds fantastic as well. It's about 4 young people. They come from different lands, but each of them is hunted and haunted by tragedy, lies, and war. I think it's set during World War One, I believe. But yeah, winter 1945 or World War Two maybe. An overcrowded ship is the final hope. So it just sounds really good. Don't know when I will pick it up, but I think maybe this is the year that I will read at least one of Ruta Sepetys' books, because I have all 3 of them now and I've yet to pick one up. So if you followed my Vlogmas videos, you'll have already seen these books, but I thought I had better actually put them in a haul, because I haven't yet. So this goes to show how long some of these books have been waiting there. I picked these up in December. I was so stoked. On one of my trips to TK Maxx, which is like one of my favourite places to have a little browse around, I came across some Barnes & Noble leather-bound editions, which I absolutely love. I have a few of them already, as you guys probably already know, and I'm always looking to add more to my collection. In the UK, they normally retail for about £25, but TK Maxx had them for £15. So I picked up a few when I came across them. I picked them up in 2 different TK Maxx stores on 2 completely different occasions. The first one that I got was Jane Austen, 7 novels. And I already have all of Jane Austen's books, obviously. We all know I'm a fan. But I wanted to own them in this beautiful edition. Like that. It's really pretty. I actually already have Persuasion by Jane Austen in one of the smaller leather-bound editions, but this obviously has them all together and it's very pretty. I then also picked up The Complete Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which I really like this one. I really like the design on the back, and the inside is like this, like a Burberry plaid. It's awesome. I love that. I love the sound it makes when you do that. It's extremely satisfying. Then I also picked up The Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. I have wanted this one. This is the first time actually when I saw this online, was the first that I knew of Barnes & Noble editions when I saw this, but I've never picked it up. I have no idea why. It's taken me a really long time to get around to it, so I'm really chuffed to finally own this. I've wanted this one for an absolute age, so I'm stoked to have that. And then similarly, I have Dracula and Other Horror Stories by Bram Stoker. So I've wanted to read Dracula for a really, really long time, so this gives me a nice excuse now to read that. They're all really, really beautiful, and I was chuffed to get those. They also had a Charles Dickens one, but I thought since I had already bought all of those, let's rein it in a little bit. While I was in TK Maxx, actually, I also picked up these, and they're Jane Austen novel note cards and envelopes, and they're sort of thank you cards with quotes from Jane Austen on them. I love them. So some people might get one of those from me in the mail at some point. Onto the books, other books that I've bought, I should say, because obviously I bought those. I picked up 3 volumes in the Care First Love manga. This is a book that I read in December. I picked up the first volume that I had already on my shelf in December, and I decided to continue on with the manga. So I picked up volume 2, which I've already read. Volume 3, which I still need to read, and volume 4. I just managed to pick those up really cheaply on Amazon. I didn't really want to pay a lot for them, but yeah, they were quite reasonable on Amazon. Then I bought The Best Goodbye by Abby Glines, which is the newest book in her Rosemary Beach novels. I'm fairly up to date with these, I think. I've just skipped out 2 of them because they didn't interest me as much. But yeah, I'm fairly up to date, so I hope to check that one out soon. That'll be a really quick read. I picked up Inferno by Catherine Doyle. Love this cover. I haven't read the first book to this yet, but I hear really, really good things about it. So it's supposed to be like modern Romeo and Juliet, but mafia and gangs, and it's just supposed to be really, really good. The first book actually has like I think it says blood for blood or something on the pages. This one doesn't do that, unfortunately. But yeah, I picked up the sequel. I'm a big fan of this cover, and I actually really want to pick up the first book soon. Another one that I bought was 1,000 Nights by E.K. Johnston. I've heard mixed things about this one. It's compared a lot to I can't remember what it's called. But there's another one that's a retelling of Arabian Nights. You guys will probably be able to tell me in the comments. It's really irritating me that I can't remember what it's called. And this one, supposedly, I've heard that it's not as good as the other one, but I wanted this, I'm not even going to lie, because of this cover. I saw it in Waterstones one day, and I was really tempted to pick it up in Waterstones because it's absolutely beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful books ever. I love... let's just do that. Let's take that off. This underneath. Absolutely love it. I think it's stunning. The end papers are also gorgeous. There. I'm really in love with this cover, and it says the most dangerous love story ever told. An evocative tale of love, mystery, and magic that would not feel out of place if Shahrazad herself were telling it, and perhaps she is. I hope I said that name right, Shahrazad. So yeah, really wanted that one. Another one that I picked up, I was devastated that I couldn't find the cover that I wanted for this. I really wanted the Canadian cover, which sounds really strange, but the Canadian cover for this is stunning, and it's the first cover. It was the first time that I knew of it was when I saw the Canadian cover. But I couldn't find it, so I settled in the end for the US cover, and it's Worlds of Ink and Shadow by Alina Coakley. And this is a fictional story, sort of maybe like a dark, paranormal, it sounds quite creepy, fantasy, but it involves the Bronte sisters, and I am a big fan of the Brontes. mostly Charlotte Bronte. Jane Eyre is my favourite classic book. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I absolutely love Jane Eyre. And that fact that there's going to be like a fantasy novel set around them and their lives sounds really, really good. It says on here, an ingenious premise and a richly drawn cast of characters make for an eerie and compelling read in this fantastical origin story of the Bronte siblings. And it's got a quote actually on the back from Charlotte Bronte. Are there wicked things not human which envy human bliss? And I'm just like, oh my god, it sounds so dark. It sounds so good. Cannot wait for this. I think it's going to be amazing. I hope it is anyway. Alina Coakley actually wrote a book called Witchlanders, I think it's called. I think it is, but it's on my shelf, but I haven't actually read it. But I love the sound of this one. It's about the Brontes. I'm in. Then I picked up a couple of books in the supermarket. I actually ended up getting these like really ridiculously cheap in Sainsbury's. They were £1.99 each, and then I had like a code or a coupon thing for like £1 something off, so they came I think it was £2 something off, so they were really, really cheap anyway. I picked up Into the Darkness by Virginia Andrews, the author of Flowers in the Attic. This was just there and it was cheap enough that I thought, you know what, let's pick it up. I enjoyed Flowers of the Attic, so I'm kind of accumulating some more of Virginia Andrews books. So yeah, there's that. And then also was The Marriage Bargain by Jennifer Probst. This was funny because I looked at it and I thought, I'm sure that's a book I've wanted to read for a really long time, but I only knew it by its American cover. And then when I picked it up and read the synopsis, and I was like, yes, I added that to my wish list absolutely ages and ages ago. And I never knew that they came out like in paperback form in the UK. So I was like stoked that it was there for like £1.99. This just seems like it's going to be a really light, fun, contemporary, adult, sexy read. I hope that it's as good because, like I say, I've wanted it for a really, 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 really long time. I kind of forgot about it for a little while, but you know, it's something that's been on my radar for a long time, so I hope it lives up to said expectations. Another one that I picked up in Sainsbury's was The Versions of Us by Laura Barnett. This is one that I keep seeing everywhere that I go, and it seems to be sort of, they see different versions maybe of their lives. It says Eva and Jim are 19 and students at Cambridge when their paths first cross in 1958. Jim is walking along a lane when a woman approaching him on a bicycle swerves to avoid a dog. What happens next will determine the rest of their lives. So I'm not sure. It doesn't give a lot away, which I quite like, so I'm just intrigued about this one. What if you had said yes? Some moments change everything. And it says one day meets sliding doors. So we shall see. Intrigued by that one. Then I picked up two books in, I think one was from Tesco's and I think one was from Asda. And I bought them with a view to read them over Christmas, and that did not happen. So I don't know if I'm going to still pick them up soon or if I'm going to wait until December this year. I picked up Christmas at the Castle, and it's two novels, sort of historical romance, which I love. And I thought it would be really great over Christmas because it would be, quick, easy and fun to read. And then I just never got to it, which is a shame. And there's two stories, one by Amanda McCabe and one by Joanna Fulford. But yeah, like I say, I never got to this. I don't know if they are actually set around Christmas or if they're just put in this thing to sell it at Christmas. I don't know. And then the other one that I picked up was A Christmas Kiss by Vicky Patterson. If you follow my Vlogmas, you'll know that I was really into I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and Vicky Patterson was a contestant, and I really, really liked her on that show. I'd never heard of her before. I didn't watch Geordie Shore or anything like that, but I really, really liked her. And I thought, if she wrote the same way that she was in the show, like her sense of humour and everything, I found her really, really funny. I thought that I'd really enjoy it, but again, I didn't get around to picking this up. But I think this is one that I'll probably leave and read it at Christmas this year, because I'm not dying to pick it up. I was excited to get it and obviously read it, but then I don't know what happened. I just didn't get around to it, but I think like to read it at Christmas, because it does say it's the perfect season to fall in love. So I think I'll leave that for December this year. And then the final 2 books that I got. The first one, I don't know where I came across it, but I did, and something about it just really intrigued me, and I thought it sounded completely different to anything else I'd ever read, and I just really was intrigued by it, and I was like, you know what, I need to pick that up. And it's The Singular and Extraordinary Tale of Mirror and Goliath by Ishbel B. A little bit disappointed that this book is like, I don't know how to describe it, but I was hoping for maybe more of a textured cover, or maybe that this would be embossed or something, but it's not. It's all just flat, but it's still a really beautiful cover. But this just sounds so different, so completely out there to anything else I've ever read. I want to read you the back, but I don't want you guys to get bored. But the back of this book, like, completely was just like, I need this, so bear with me. 1888. A little girl called Mirror and her extraordinary shape-shifting guardian Goliath are washed up on the shores of Victorian England. Something has been wrong with Mirror ever since the day her grandfather locked her inside a mysterious clock that was painted all over with ladybirds. Mirror does not really know what she is, but she knows that she is no longer human. John Loveheart, meanwhile, was not born wicked, but after the sinister death of his parents, he was taken by Mr. Fingers, the demon lord of the underworld. Some say he is insane. John would be inclined to agree. Now Mr. Fingers is determined to find the little girl called Mirror, whose soul is the key to his eternal reign. John Loveheart has been called upon by his otherworldly father to catch Mirror, so he can eat her. Like, come on! So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading that one. It sounds completely out there. And then the last book that I got was Frozen Tides by Morgan Rhodes. This is the 4th book in the Falling Kingdom series. I've still only read the first book, but this is a series that I would really like to try and tackle this year and maybe get myself up to date on, because I loved the first book. I don't know why I've been so reluctant to continue it. I think it's because I loved the first one so much that I'm scared that I'm not going to love the next books as much. I'm not sure, but I'm going to have to sort of reacquaint myself with the first book. Maybe find a website somewhere where I can catch up on what happened. I remember, but I just want it to get the sequence right in my head, if you know what I mean. But yeah, this is a series that I would like to get myself up to date on this year. So that's all the books for now, guys. There is still more books that need to be hauled, but this video would be way too long. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you've read any of these books, or I've added any of these books to your wish list, please let me know in the comments down below. I always love to know. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Happy reading.